Engines don't die, they're murdered. 11 cheap parts killing your car. Engines don't just give up because they're old, they are systematically murdered by neglect. Right now, there is a $15 part under your hood that is slowly suffocating your engine, and if you don't catch it, you'll be looking at a $5,000 repair bill before the month is over. Statistics show that 90% of catastrophic engine failures trace back to a component that costs less than a pizza. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the 11 silent killers that most owners and even some lazy mechanics completely ignore. Stay tuned for the bonus tip at the end, because I'm going to reveal a specific counterfeit trap that is currently destroying thousands of engines. Part 11: PCV valve. The PCV valve is arguably the most underrated component in your entire engine bay. PCV stands for positive crankcase ventilation, and its job is to act as the engine's lung. It draws out the toxic blow-by gases, unburnt fuel and water vapor that leak past your pistons and sends them back into the intake to be burned off safely. When this $7 plastic valve sticks shut, those gases stay trapped. Pressure builds up until it finds the weakest point, usually blowing out your expensive rear main seal or valve cover gaskets. Worse, those trapped vapors turn your oil into a thick black mayonnaise known as sludge. I've seen engines with only 80,000 miles look like they were filled with tar because a $10 valve was never swapped. The pro test: pull the valve and shake it. If it doesn't metallic click like a spray paint can, it's a paperweight. Don't wait for the blue smoke or the oil leaks, swap it every 30,000 miles. Part 10: Thermostat. Think of the thermostat as the gatekeeper of your cooling system. It's a simple spring-loaded wax pellet, but if it decides to stay closed for just 5 minutes while you're on the highway, your aluminum cylinder head will warp like a piece of wet cardboard. I recently had a client with a modern crossover who thought he had a blown head gasket because the car was puking coolant. It wasn't the gasket, yet it was a $15 thermostat that had seized shut. The engine was essentially a pressure cooker with no relief valve. If your temp gauge is hunting up and down, or if you notice your heater isn't getting hot, that's the thermostat's final warning. Expert tip: never buy the fail-safe thermostats from big box stores. They often fail in the open position prematurely, causing your engine to run cold, which kills your fuel economy and fouls your plugs. Stick to OEM. Part 9: Engine oil filter. You might be religious about your 3,000-mile oil changes, but if you're spinning on a budget filter, you're basically washing your hands and drying them with a dirty rag. I've performed autopsies on cheap filters where the internal cardboard end caps had disintegrated, sending glue and paper fibers directly into the crankshaft bearings. A high-quality filter has a silicone anti-drainback valve that keeps oil at the top of the engine so you don't have a dry start in the morning. Cheap filters use rubber that gets brittle and leaks, causing that terrifying 3-second rattle when you turn the key. Is saving $4 really worth starving your camshafts of oil? Use a synthetic media filter like a Wix XP or a mobile one. Your bearings will thank you at 200,000 miles. Part 8: Timing belt tensioner pulley. Everyone talks about the timing belt snapping, but the belt is rarely the one that starts the fight. Usually it's the tensioner bearing that seizes up first. When that pulley stops spinning, it turns into a blowtorch, melting the belt until it shreds. In an interference engine, the moment that belt goes, your pistons and valves try to occupy the same space at the same time. It sounds like a bag of bolts in a blender, and the result is a totaled engine. I once saw a beautiful Lexus V8 scrapped because the owner replaced the belt but saved $60 by reusing the original tensioner. It failed 500 miles later. The rule: if you're in there, replace the entire kit: tensioner, idler pulleys, and the water pump. If it spins, it has a lifespan. Don't gamble with 6,000 RPM. Part 7: Radiator cap. This is the most ignored $10 part in automotive history. Your radiator cap is actually a sophisticated pressure relief valve. It keeps your cooling system pressurized to about 15 psi, which raises the boiling point of your coolant. If the seal on that cap is cracked or the spring has weakened, your coolant will boil at a lower temperature, creating air pockets in the cylinder head. These hot spots lead to cracked heads and blown gaskets that don't show up on a standard pressure test. If you see white crusty residue around the neck of your radiator, your cap is ghost leaking vapor. Swap it every time you do a coolant flush. It's the cheapest insurance you can buy. Part 6: Ignition coil or coil pack. Modern engines use coil-on-plug technology, which means each cylinder has its own high-voltage transformer. When one starts to weaken, it doesn't always trigger a flashing check engine light immediately. Instead, you get a micro misfire that sends raw, unburnt gasoline straight into your catalytic converter. Raw fuel in a 200 degrees F converter is like pouring gas on a bonfire. You'll melt the internal ceramic honeycombs, turning a $50 coil replacement into a $1,500 exhaust repair. If your car stumbles slightly when you're accelerating up a hill, that's your coil crying for help. Don't just buy the cheapest one on the Bay or Zon. I've seen knockoff coils fry the car's main ECU. Part 5. Oil Pressure Sensor. The oil pressure sensor is the only thing standing between you and a seized motor. But here's the scary part. On many modern cars, the gauge on your dash is actually a liar gauge. It's programmed to stay in the middle as long as there's any pressure. If that sensor gets clogged with sludge or the electronics fail, it might tell you everything is fine while your oil pump is actually dying. I recommend installing a real mechanical gauge if you're doing heavy towing or high mileage driving. At the very least, if you see that oil light flicker even once, stop the car immediately. Don't drive it home. A $20 sensor is a joke. A $6,000 engine is not. Part 4. Crankshaft Position Sensor. This tiny magnetic sensor tells the engine's brain exactly where the pistons are so it knows when to fire the spark. When it fails, the car doesn't just run bad, it dies. Often, it happens at the most dangerous time, like when you're merging onto a highway. These sensors are notorious for heat soaking. They work fine when the engine is cold, but once you get to operating temp, the internal copper windings expand and break the connection. If your car stalls randomly but starts back up after 20 minutes of cooling down, you're looking at a failing crank sensor. Pro tip: always check the wiring harness leading to this sensor. Since it's low on the engine, it often gets soaked in oil and road salt, which eats the insulation. Part 3. Coolant Temperature Sensor. This sensor is the thermometer for your car's computer. If it's reading incorrectly, the computer might think the engine is minus 40 degrees F when it's actually 200 degrees F. The result? It dumps massive amounts of fuel into the cylinders, washing the oil off your cylinder walls and causing premature ring wear. A bad temp sensor can also prevent your electric cooling fans from turning on. I've seen cars overheat in drive-thrus because the sensor was stuck at a cool reading, so the fans stayed off. If your fuel mileage has mysteriously dropped by 20%, this $15 sensor is your prime suspect. Part 2. Serpentine Belt. Your serpentine belt is the umbilical cord of your engine. It powers the alternator, the power steering, and most importantly, the water pump. If this belt snaps, you lose your steering, your lights, and your cooling all at once. Modern EPDM belts don't crack like the old ones did, so you can't just look for cracks anymore. You need a belt wear gauge to check the depth of the grooves. If the belt is glazed or shiny, it's slipping, which generates heat and ruins the bearings on your expensive alternator. For $30, just change it every 60,000 miles. It's a 15-minute job that prevents a 3-hour wait for a tow truck. Part 1. Engine Air Filter. The air filter is your engine's mask. If it's clogged with dirt, salt, and bugs, your engine has to work twice as hard to pull in air. This creates a vacuum that can actually pull oil vapor through the PCV system and coat your intake valves in carbon. I've opened air boxes that had actual mouse nests in them. Not only does this kill your power, but a tiny tear in a cheap old filter can allow silica, sand into the engine. Sand acts like liquid sandpaper on your piston rings. Replace this every 15,000 miles. It's the easiest maintenance task on the planet, yet it's the one most people forget until the car feels like it's dragging an anchor. Bonus tip: don't cheap out on parts. Here is the expert secret that the big parts stores don't want you to know. The economy line of parts is often worse than the broken part you're replacing. I have seen brand new budget sensors fail straight out of the box, leading DIYers down a rabbit hole of misdiagnosis. If you want your car to go 300,000 miles, you have to use the same DNA the factory used. Here is your cheat sheet for the brands that actually last. Toyota/Lexus, only use Denso or Aisin. Honda/Acura, NGK for ignition and Denso for electronics. Ford, Motorcraft is non-negotiable, especially for sensors.